All right, good evening, everyone. So today is Sunday, marks the beginning of another trading week. So let's do a quick pre-market analysis before we start, because before the market opens. So the first pair on my list is USDCHF. So let's start from the monthly time frame on USDCHF. So from the monthly time frame here on USDCHF, I have my monthly upper zone here, midway zone here, and my monthly lower zone here. So from the monthly time frame, you are looking at a downtrend or a bearish market on USDCHF. So we are expecting price to drop or since okay. Okay, so let's start over. So on USDCHF, you are looking at a bearish market. Price has tapped into the monthly. Price has tapped into the monthly upper zone, dropped all the way to the monthly lower zone, which was a very strong support, and price was able to break it. So we are expecting price to drop all the way to the monthly lower zone here. So as we go through the lower time frames, we'll be looking for selling opportunities to take a trade on to get an entry on USDCHF all the way to the monthly lower zone. So let's go to the weekly. Here we are on the weekly time frame. So as you saw on the monthly time frame, on the weekly time frame here, I have my weekly midway zone here. So as you saw on the monthly time frame on USDCHF, after price tap into the monthly zone here, this strong support zone, price was able to break it, creating a new low. Then we saw a pullback here and another drop to the downside. So we are expecting USDCHF to continue the drop all the way to the monthly lower zone. And as we see here, how this week's candle closed, the way it closed, it shows that there is enough selling pressure to push price all the way to the monthly lower zone. So let's as we go through the lower time frame, like I said, we are going to be looking for selling opportunities all the way to the downside on USDCHF. So let's go to the daily time frame. So here on the daily time frame, I have my daily upper zone here. My daily upper zone here. So as price tap into the daily upper zone, you could all see the drop happening. The drop happening. So it we are certain that price will be dropping to the downside. We are certain that price will drop to the downside on USDCHF. So let's go to the 4 hour and prepare for an entry on USDCHF. So here we could see that after price tap into this resistance, we are seeing a drop to the downside. So since we are now looking for an entry because we are not already in this trade, this is what we are going to do. We are going to prepare ourselves for two scenarios here. The first, or we are going to prepare ourselves for two entries. So the first entry will come in if price is able to come back for a pullback at this particular zone, creating a double top. Then we wait for an entry confirmation and take the sell on USD CHF all the way to the downside. So this is how we pick our first entry on USDCHF. If price is able to go for the retest like we are expecting. So this is how we pick the entry on USDCHF. That's our first entry. That's our first entry. So our second entry will come in if price doesn't go for the retest, but rather it continues to drop and break below this lower zone here. Then we wait for a retest or a pullback an entry confirmation, then we pick our entry from here all the way to the monthly lower zone. So our second entry will come in if we are not able to pick the first entry. So our second entry will come in like this. This I will pick the second entry on USDCHF. So if you are not in our Discord free signal community or free signal channel, the link will be in the description. You can click and join, and whenever this setup is ready, we share it in the group for everyone to take. So that's it on USDCHF. Let's move on to the next pair. So the next pair on the list is CHFJPY. CHFJPY, and on CHFJPY, you are looking for buying opportunity. So let's go through. Let's start from the monthly time frame and find out why we are looking for a buy on CHFJPY. Let's find out. So on CHFJPY from the monthly time frame, I have my monthly upper zone here, my monthly lower zone here. So on the monthly time frame on CHFJPY, as you can see, price is moving to the upside, and price is moving to the upside. You are seeing a very strong bullish market here. So we are going to be, since price is bullish on the monthly time frame, as you all know, we are going to be looking for buying opportunities as we go through the lower time frames on CHFJPY. So let's go to the weekly. So here we are on the weekly time frame on CHFJPY. I have my weekly midway zone here, my weekly lower zone here. So on the weekly time frame, we are still looking at a bullish market. And yeah, there's really not much to say about the weekly time frame. So let's go to the daily time frame. So the daily time frame is also showing a bullish market. So on the daily time frame, I have my daily lower zone, sorry, my daily midway zone here. So on the daily time frame, we are still looking at a bullish market like we saw from the monthly time frame, a strong bullish market. And as you can see, the daily, since the bullish market is so strong, price is just breaking zones, creating higher highs. So let's go to the 4 hour and prepare for an entry on CHFJPY. So on CHFJPY, I have my 4 hour midway zone here, my 4 hour midway zone here. So on the 4 hour time frame, you can all see that price is moving to the upside. So since price is moving to the upside and it has broken out of this 4 hour resistance zone, which has made it a support, we are going to be waiting for price to come back for a retest. When we see the retest, we wait for an entry confirmation before we pick the buy on CHFJPY from here all the way to the upside. So if you are going to wait for we are going to wait for CHFJPY to come back for a retest all the way to this zone, give us an entry confirmation before we pick the buy all the way to the upside on CHFJPY. So this is how we pick the entry on CHFJPY, and it will be a very nice trade if price comes back for our entry. If price comes back for our entry. So that's it on CHFJPY. Let's move on to the next pair. So the next pair on the list is US30. US30. So on US30 also, we are looking for buying opportunities. We are looking for buying opportunities. So let's start from the monthly time frame and find out why we are looking for a buy on US30. On US30. So on the monthly time frame on US30, I have my monthly upper zone here, midway zone here, and my monthly lower zone here. So on the monthly time frame, you could see that price is moving to the upside. Price is moving to the upside. It's a very beautiful pattern. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and we are seeing a new higher high coming in. So what you are going to do is look for buying opportunities from here all the way to the monthly upper zone before the higher high comes in. So let's go to the weekly time frame and see what you can get on the weekly time frame. So here we are on the weekly time frame. I have my weekly midway zone here, my weekly lower zone here. So on the weekly time frame, we are looking at a very nice bullish market, just like we saw. So if you watch the past video I did on US30, we were waiting for price to break out of this strong support, making it a this resistance here. If price was able to break out of it, then we wait for a retest like this, and then we buy on US30. So price has finally broken out of the zone. So since price has finally broken out of the zone, we are going to wait for price to we are going to be looking for buying opportunity on US30. So let's go to the daily time frame on US30. So here on the daily time frame on US30, I have my daily midway zone here. So on the daily time frame on US30, we could see that price has created a double bottom after the retest. So this was the first bottom. Price went up, came for another retest, then creating a double bottom here. So we are seeing price moving to the upside. So and another confirmation why we try to move to the upside is this candle confirmation, a very nice bullish engulfing, a very nice bullish engulfing. So there's we are 100% sure US30 will move to the upside. So if the market opens tonight, by tomorrow you should be looking for an entry confirmation or an entry on US30. So when the market opens, I'll be watching US30 very, very well for an entry. So as we wait, let's go to the 4 hour and prepare for an entry on US30. So here we are on the 4 hour, and this is how we are going to prepare for the entry on US30. So from the daily time frame, when market opens, you can buy US30. When market opens, you can buy US30 instantly. As soon as the market opens, you just have to wait for the spread to come down, the market to come down a bit. Maybe you can wait like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock there, then you buy. At that time, the spread will be very low, so the market will come down a bit for you to enter at the right price. So here we are on US30, and this is how we pick the entry. We are going to wait for price to break out of the daily zone, come back for a retest before we buy, because we missed this buy here. But if price does not do that and comes back for another low again, then wait for an entry before we buy. But I'm very certain this is what price will do. So this is it on